who know how to get more miles per gallon and owners who don't. We're talking people who know their Schaefer and people who don't. Which one are you? From cars to trucks to diesel workhorses, whatever you drive, there's a Schaefer synthetic oil for you. Do you know your Schaefer? Ask for it at an automotive retailer near you.
With the success of the Case IH Steiger Quad Track and Magnum Road Track tractors, it's no secret why Case IH is the leader of the track. So it wasn't surprising when the competition started imitating us. But only Case IH offers a 5-axle design to give you a smoother ride, more power to the ground, with less burning and compaction. Still, we're flattered. In fact, if we weren't already red, we'd be blushing.
Over on the east side, we're going to go to Pro Stock Pickup, Texas Pro Stock Pickup. This is a class that carbureted. I really like this class. I mean, as an old street racer, when you can run carburetor and make her sing a song, we got to like it. Basically, this class is Ford and Chevrolet. I need some noise from a crowd. How many of you are Ford fans? Where is my Ford fans? F-O-R-D, where you at? And what do you say, Chevrolet? Well, this is a Ford and Chevrolet battle. Probably going to go with the pickup. David Ripper, Haymaker. We're running 2 at a time. Spin and grin. Popeye trying to keep up. Now, Popeye, the international tractor, went 359.52. 359.52. I'll give you the rundown in that class in a little bit. Now, the pickup, David Ripper and the Haymaker went 305.08. 305.08, and he took it. We have a thumbs up. We have a thumbs up, and he took that. Now, I'm going to give you a rundown. Now, y'all want to be ready for this next class. Y'all need to be ready for this next class. The Iron Man sled is going to re-weight. And all you people out there in television land need to be ready for this next class. You people here in the arena need to be ready. On the Texas Hot Farm, Popeye, now he was across the white line, but the white line had stopped. And so when you get past the end of the white line, you can go where you want to. So the officials give me the distance of 359.52. Popeye goes number 1, Herman Glick. Number 2, Red Warrior Express, Randall Brockman. Internationals goes number 1, number 2. Third place, Scott Struthoff, Dearly Devoted at 335.77. Fourth, the Iron Eagle, the big Case IH at 333.03. Fifth will be the Red Mule, Brian Sabathi at 323.78. How about a round of applause for the Hot Farm tractors, ladies and gentlemen? Now then, on the Pro Mods, the little skinny blocks, we'll give you a rundown on that class. Chigger Digger, that last guy that outrun the flagman, he goes 397.32. He finishes number 1. Mr. Beasley and the Chigger Digger used to that number 1 spot. Number 2, the Moby, 367.76. The Joker would have been third, but he got disqualified. So third is the Mean Green at 303. fourth will be the Little Play Ray. And then fifth will be the Joker because of the disqualification. Now we're reweighting the Iron Man sled. And folks, y'all got quite a show coming here. I'm talking quite a show coming there. So we got to get that side ready. We'll be waiting on our next pro pickup. So once again, keep an eye on the big screens, saying thank you to all of our fine, fine sponsors. J&J Excavation. Without these boys, we wouldn't be here in Texas. That's what I got to get a hold of right there is that hamburger. Brockman Farms, Valstar, the Pesh family from Milford, Nebraska, even helping out. Stephen Sand and Gravel out of Bailey. Lone Star Custom Dozing. They can build you a swimming pool or whatever. Beasley Electric. Fallon Farms. Tom Bay. Just keep an eye on the big screen. Mischief Maker. All right. Attention on the track. Attention on the track. We have a woman driver. Now, I say that in fun, so all you Texas women don't pull out your six-shooter. I'm going to tell you the true story. Now, this is Lindsay Tyus. Her husband has two machines in this class, and she's got one. She pulls against her husband. He put her a brand spanking new motor in this truck. Never been run. Now, you know, if she wins, it's going to be because of her driving ability. If she loses, it's because he changed that dadgum motor and he didn't set it up right. Now, we're going to try to do our best to stage this next for the rest of the show where we don't have two going down the track at the same time. We got over 100 hooks, so what's fixing to come up on the Ironman side is going to be some of that impressive. Lindsay Tyus out of Biloxi, Texas. Where's my ladies at? Make some noise, ladies. Now, I'm going to predict she's going to take that pull. It's up to her. 308 even, 308 feet even. Where's my ladies at? Make some noise, ladies. Now, folks, heads up. I'm talking heads up. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness the Unlimited Superstars. North Nebraska, South Dakota, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Ohio. Folks, we have brought the show to Whitewright, Texas. This is Scott Hoku, Voodoo Deer, out of Atkinson, Nebraska. Watch the tire speed. Listen to the RPM. It is Outlaw, truck and tractor pulling, Unlimited Superstars at its best. That is a diesel motor burning methanol alcohol with spark plugs. Voodoo Deer, every one of these boys are spark plug diesel motors. took it. 306.97 at 31 mile an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about an unlimited super stock tractor? How many of you like that pass? .306 at 97. Watch the big screen. Watch those rear tires light it up. That's just like a AA fuel dragster when he says, giddy up, go. The Outlaws Unlimited are here. Unlimited super stocks at its best. And you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Even. 308 even. She's in the lead. 308 even. She is in the lead. Now, Chad Dotson and Bully coming up on the other side. Got pickups coming up. The Bully truck driver he's a truck driver out of Mineral Wells, Texas, over on the pickup side. Now, the Outlaw track. The tractor that's on the track comes to us out of. Now, this is supposed to be Lauren Paulson, the Deer Commander. Over on the pickup side, we've got Chad Dobson Bully. Gotta get a second breath. Gotta get a second breath. Bully. .277.08. 277.08. The distance for the Bully out of Mineral Wells. All right, over on the other side, we'll stay in Nebraska. This will be the Deer Commander, Lauren Paulson. I'll tell you a little story about some of these tractors as soon as we watch them. This is the first outing for these tractors. Now, this is the first outing for them for the year. Some of those boys are going to take note on how the sleds are taking them to the left. .313.53. 313.53. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these rigs that you're watching here tonight have competed in the largest show in the United States. This tractor is one of them. The Voodoo tractor that just run was one of them. Some of those boys are going to take note on how the sleds are taking them to the left. Outing for them for the year. Deer Commander 313.53. That'll put him in the number one spot. They're going to be fighting that left-hand side. They're going to make an adjustment, I promise you that. How the sleds are taking them to the left. Outing for them for the year. Now, take a look at what we got coming up. Sledgehammer, Paul Tyus will be coming up. You noticed on those Unlimiteds, the first two boys that come up went to the left. The track is trying to take them to the left. The guys are going to have to make an adjustment and make a change to keep from doing that. They're going to have to make an adjustment and make a change. Have y'all liked what you've seen so far? What do you think about those Unlimited Super Stocks? How about them Unlimited boys? All right. I'm being told my sound's going in and out. We'll figure something out. Might not. Don't have a clue. We'll have fun with it. Wild Man will be coming up on the Unlimited side. Okay, now folks, on the pickup side, the ladies in the lead on the pickup side, and this is her husband with one of his two machines. Now, his wife is at 3:08 at 80. This is Paul Tyus and the Sledgehammer. There's a good man. There's a good man. He don't beat his wife. He goes 297.98. 297.98. Now heads up over on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. This tractor comes out of West Alexandria, Ohio. This tractor comes from Ohio, the Drunken Pumpkin. Jason Irvin. First time ever in the state of Texas. An ACTO tractor. He wanted to go over to that right side, and he might have missed a gear. Might have made a change. Now what's hanging down underneath is just advertisement. That's his sponsors. $226.93. $226.93. Hey, Texas people. Texas people. He didn't win. He didn't get what he wanted, but how about a Texas welcome to the man from Ohio with the Drunken Pumpkin? What do you say, Texas? You know, we need a tow tractor. Need one of these Jeeps back here. Need one of these Jeeps or tow rig. You want to go with that right side, and he might have missed a gear. Might have made a change. You can bet that Drunken Pumpkin will make a change. Now, he adjusted the track. He adjusted for the track. I think that guy's been in the beer wagon. All I'll guarantee you that drunken pumpkin will reload the pumpkin and be ready for tomorrow night. You know, the dirt's different in Texas than it is in Ohio. Yep.
With the success of the Case IH Steiger Quad Track and Magnum Road Track tractors, it's no secret why Case IH is the leader of the track. So it wasn't surprising when the competition started imitating us. But only Case IH offers a 5-axle design to give you a smoother ride, more power to the ground, with less burning and compaction. Still, we're flattered. In fact, if we weren't already red, we'd be blushing.
Jason Urban, we'll be looking for you tomorrow night, buddy. Okay. On the Pro Stock pickup side, Pro pickup side, Paul Tyus with the sledgehammer was just a moment ago. Now he is inside hammer tie. He's setting inside hammer tie. Now his wife is still in the lead. Mischief Maker's still in the lead at 308.80. And Haymaker's at 305. Now, this is Paul Tyus' pet truck. This is the one he likes the best. Hammer tie. $298.21. $298.21. That'll put him in second place, right behind his wife. Not a bad deal. Now these pickups, you got to keep in mind, these pickups are limited to RPM. They can only turn 8,200 RPM. All right. Now, folks, this is a tractor out of South Dakota. This is a rock and roll tractor. It's got a brand new setup. They done a test loop yesterday afternoon to see if it would even run. They had to go back to pit area and make some changes. A whole brand new setup for the boys out of South Dakota called Gear Fever, Mr. Gary Whip. Not the takeoff he'd like to have had. Now here's what's happening. I can tell you what's happening. They're so scared of that left-hand side, they've moved over so much that they ain't got the whole shot they've been getting on the other rigs. But if they move over, they can't get to that side. So they're going 274 and 20. 274 and 20 for the boys out of South Dakota. 274 and 20. That'll put him in the number 3 spot right now. Not the takeoff he'd like to have had. $274 and 20, and that being a brand new rig. Chevrolet. This unlimited superstock class, so awesome. Nebraska, South Dakota, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Ohio. What a deal. All right. Back over on Pro Stock Pickup. Let's go to the wrecker man. This guy owns a towing company out of Winchester, Texas. It's called Working Overtime. Marcus Wilson and his Chevrolet. Yeah, he's proud of his Chevrolet. You can tell he's proud of the Chevrolet. Got that front wing bracket. Not very much speed. He didn't have a whole lot of speed. He only went 21 miles an hour at 266.74. 266 and 74. Let's go to Pennsylvania. On the Texas Pro Stock Pickup side. Number one will be the lady.
Brennan with Daily AI, and what I want to go over quickly is how to add your video and voicemails to the CRM. To do that, we're going to navigate to the Media tab on the left-hand side, and you'll see that there are now two tabs up here, Video and Audio. Your video is going to be for all video and audio. Your video is going to be for all video and audio. Your video is going to be for all
Out of Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, with a machine called Airborne. New Holland tractor. Tried to milk it out, tried to milk it out, tried to milk it out to get past the spots where you could just light them up and go straight. Didn't work for him. 265 and 63. and 63 puts him in the number 4 spot. Tried to milk it out of the hole, get a bite. If they go too far to the right, they don't have track to launch. If they go too far to the left, they want to suck out of bounds. Tried to milk it out, tried to milk it out, tried to milk it out. Now we're changing classes over on the other side. Tried to milk it out, tried to milk it out, tried to milk it out. All right, I got one left in the Unlimited Super. I'm changing classes over on the other side. going to the Econo rods. Econo rods, kind of interesting. Here's the very last of our Unlimited Supers, ladies and gentlemen. Out of Dunlop, Iowa, John Hoffman. Last one standing. It's now Justin Hoffman. This is John Hoffman's his dad. Justin's doing the driving. Justin's his son. Justin Hoffman, last one standing. This is the last of our Unlimited Supers. Ray Miller, Ginger Miller, somebody with the stands. We need to turn the lights on. Somebody with the Whitewright facility. We need to get the lights turned on. So somebody with the track, head towards the light switch. Folks, get a hold. Here comes last one standing. But he's still standing. He's the last one standing, but he's still standing. That's the thing. He was fixing to go airborne, that's for sure. Need a tow vehicle. Need a tow vehicle. Now watch the big screen. Watch the big screen. But he's still standing. He's the last one standing, but he's still standing. That's the thing. He was fixing Econo rods. He was fixing to go airborne, that's for sure. 2-3. Need a tow vehicle. Scott McGrew out of Abilene, Texas. Goes 383.89. 333.89 for the 2-3. Now them are carbureted big blocks. Carbureted big blocks. How about a round of applause for the boys from Iowa, ladies and gentlemen? The last one standing. He kept it under control, kept it on 4 wheels. Give him a round of applause. Justin Hoffman taking a wild ride. But he's still standing. He's the last one. Asked the International for horsepower. And he done what we call a one wheel. Up on the big screen, you can watch it right now. He's coming off pretty good. Watch that left tire. You hit a brake and you will go airborne in a hurry. But he's still standing. With these ultra-fast machines, it's not uncommon. That's the thing. To see them one wheel like that. You slow one wheel down, one wheel will light, sure. And then things can get carried away. Need a tow vehicle. Justin, we're glad you're okay, buddy. We'll see you again tomorrow night. That's quite a joke. EcoTuning.com. EcoTuning.com is a leader in helping you gain fuel efficiency and more power for your farm equipment in a safe and reliable and proven method. Check out their website to find out the dealer nearest you. EcoTuning.com. Make your farm tractor work its best. We are setting in the EcoTune trailer. We want to thank EcoTune for their announcer, secretary trailer, and such as that. Justin Riola. Misbehaving. Misbehaving. Carbureted rock and roll. Carbureted rock and roll. 3:16.61 for the misbehaving. 3:16 and 61. Now, misbehaving got 7th in the points for the Texas Truck and Tractor Pulling Association last year. Some of these machines very, very impressive to carbureted rock and roll. Know where the parts and the equipment come from. Watching the big screen. He come off pretty good, carrying the front end. Settle back down on him. Never seen the rear tires wrinkled. He might could have had a little bit of air pressure out. Now, folks, if you don't realize how loud tractor pulling can be, you're fixing to find out how loud tractor pulling can be. We got a killer class of modified. This tractor right here is a contender. This is last year's points champion, Wayne Longnecker, the River Rat, out of Cambridge, Iowa. A farmer by trade. 2 Hemis sitting side by side. Now keep in mind, you can run 3 Chevrolets, detuned, or 2 Hemis, or 1 industrial. These Hemis are all there. Folks, I'm telling you, these Hemis are all there. River Rat. They're staying away from that right side. They're staying away from that right side. He turned it down. He turned it down. 299.45. Now they're staying away from that right side because it doesn't seem some of those other tractors did not get the traction, couldn't go where they wanted to go on the right side. They can get the speed, they can rock and roll on the left side, but it keeps trying to suck them out of bounds. There's a sweet spot out there somewhere, and Wayne Longnecker says he's going to find it. He's going to come back and try it again. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. He's got his helmet off. Wayne Longnecker, tell him you're waiting on him. Scott McGrew and the blue tractor. He put a lot of time in thinking of the name of that tractor. It's called the blue tractor. 335.14. $335 and 14. Interesting stat, just for funny. Just for funny. Wayne Longnecker. Wayne Longnecker with the twin Hemis went 26.7 mile an hour. At 26.7 mile an hour with 6,000 horsepower. Over here on the other side, the carbureted Econo rod with about 1,000 horsepower, maybe. No, he wouldn't even be that, maybe 800. He went 27 mile an hour. Highly interesting. The miles per hour, all on how the sled set and such as that. You know, the local people, Zimmerman Kubota. You see all the Kubotas working around out here? Zimmerman Kubota stepped up to the plate, even though the Outlaws, sponsored by Case IH, and the Case IH tractors, the Whitewright tractor pull, the Zimmerman Kubota boys helping them out. You see those orange tractors out there working. We thank them a great deal. Norman Agri Products. They got the seed. They got the chemicals. They got the equipment to help you out, grow your crops, kill the weeds. Norman Agri Products. Quick Check Stores. I like the Quick Check Stores. That's a place that we always stop and visit. The Quick Check Stores. We stop and visit there. Vern Huser out of Ankeny, Iowa. Now, folks, the old people, I'm talking to the old people like me, way back in the day, the late 70s and early 80s. You might remember a tractor called Slater Shaker that went to the Southwest Machinery Farm Show, won everything. Slater Shaker pulled here in Texas at the Whitewright, Wichita Falls. Vern Huser would come down from Iowa and take the Southern money home. Now, he dropped out of the sport of pulling for quite a long time. It has been almost a decade since he has sat on this tractor. This is the first time out for this tractor in a really, really long time. We're so proud to have Vern Huser back on the pulling track. Win, lose, or draw. Now he now calls the tractor Say Goodbye. He don't run it out of bounds, but he tried. .290, 34. Over on the other side. High stakes. Now that pop on the Say Goodbye, I don't know if he got something went wrong or what. 313.72. 313 and 72 for the high stakes machine, which was Glenn Kiki. Glenn Kiki, the high stakes truck driver out of Burton, Texas. Runs automatic transmission, got a top shut rear end. Been a long time. Been a long time waiting on to say goodbye. Proud to have him back with us. High stakes. The boys like that starting line. They like that particular spot in the starting line, but they can't hold it down here on the big end. High stakes. Up on the replay now, the high stakes. Pretty smooth, pretty nice little pass. High stakes. Just didn't have enough speed. He goes into the number 4 spot. He goes into the number 4 spot. My next tractor over on the Outlaw side, look where the sled is set. Look where the sled is set. Far right. My next puller, Justin Galleon, and a lot of dirt. Now, this guy is a dirt contractor. He knows how to read dirt. This is a rock and roll tractor. You've seen this tractor down here. You've seen this tractor down here before, many times. Now, we'll probably be going over on the Texas side first, waiting on Justin to come out. Scott McGrew's asleep at the wheel now. Scott McGrew was out here with the blue tractor. And so the blue tractor's set in the number 1 spot right now. Now he's back with the high stakes. He brings a handful of tractors with him. This tractor's been around a long time, asleep at the wheel. This tractor's been here a while. Out of Abilene, Texas, Mr. Scott McGrew. He had the ground speed. He had the ground speed. 330, 62. 330, 62. I think that'll put him about in second place. That'll put him in second place. Now, folks, watch a lot of dirt. Justin Galleon out of Edmond, Oklahoma. He's picking that far right side. That's going to be tough. What's he planning on doing? I'm going to think he's going to cross-track it. I don't think he's going to try to live on that right side. I think he's going to try to cross-track it, is what I think. But I'm an announcer. I don't know nothing. That's a proven fact. But these two motors, they're two Hemis. They can sing. These two Hemis can sing. Well, he didn't cross-track it. Kind of did. Three, 5, 6, 77. 356 and 77. Watch that hand go up at number 1. Watch that hand right there. Yeah, buddy. Well, he didn't cross-track it. Look at the amount of dirt he had in front of that buckboard. Look at the pile of dirt he had in front of that buckboard up on the big screen. Look at that frame. Try to lift that left-hand tire off the ground. If they can rerun that again. If they can right there. That's that frame torquing. Now look at that left-hand tire torquing. Almost lifting the tire off the ground. He did move to the middle. He didn't cross-track it like I thought he would, but he still drifted to the center of the track. But the amount of dirt in front of that buckboard, he was moving some dirt. Moving some serious dirt with a lot of dirt. Justin Galleon, Edmond, Oklahoma. VP Racing Fuels, every one of the Outlaws is running VP Racing Fuels. VP Racing Fuels are the spec fuel of the Outlaws and used in every vehicle at all Outlaw OTTPA events. VP Racing Fuel additives can be found at your auto parts store or big chain stores. Please check them out next time you are shopping for additives for any of your engines, cars, lawnmowers, ATVs, whatever. You can buy VP Fuel, Racing Fuel. It ain't Racing Fuel, but you can buy VP Fuel for your lawnmower to where you know it's safe, clean, and the right stuff to be burning. Andy Sabothi, Wild Child. This will be the last of the Econo tractors. Wild Child, the last of the Econo tractors, got to get up there around the 340 mark. Oh, he's trying to get up to that number one spot. He's trying to get up to that number one spot. 3:27.11 for Wild Child. 3:27.11. I bet that puts him like in third place or real close to it. Somewhere in that neighborhood for the Wild Child machine. Don Nelson, bullwhip over. On the Econo rod, the two free that started the class at 3:33.89 is going to win it. The blue tractor. No, I back up. The blue tractor goes number one at 3:35.14. Blue tractor goes number one at 3:35.14. The two free goes number two at 3:33.89. And then third place at 3:30.62 will be asleep at the wheel. Wild Child just moved in number four at 3:27.11. And fifth, Misbehaving at 3:16.61. All right, heads up. A six-cylinder running against the big Quinn V8. Brian Nelson. He started over there where Galleon started, but that ain't where he wound up. Rock and roll. He started over on that far left side, and it come hard left on him. So the sleds are re-weighting. Mod tractors doing their thing. Nelson went 3:08 or something like that, I think. Anderson Tractor Repair. Edwin Anderson, one of our fine local sponsors. Kyle Pesh coming to the line right now. Here's a young man that's been doing triple duty for us today. I'm proud that Kyle's down helping us with. Bullwhip, kept it in bounds, goes 3:08.78. 3:08.78. A lot of dirt way out there at 3:56.73. Thermal Thunder, Kyle Pesh out of Milford, Nebraska, coming up next. He lives in the computer world with data storage and data safety and such as that. This is a Lycoming P58. A Lycoming P58. Out of a helicopter. The motor comes out of a believe it's a Chinook helicopter. Come on, Kyle. Spinning green. Come on, buddy. Hold it straight. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Didn't want to play with this left-hand side. Did not want to play with this left side. It goes the distance of 3:01 and 39. 3:01 and 39. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got a new voice. We got a new voice that's going to be coming to the microphone. He's going to finish the rest of the Texas classes over on that one side. Welcome to the microphone, Mr. Ryan Freeman.
Hello, Whitewright. It's good to be here. Who's ready for some diesel truck pulling action tonight? First out on the track, we got another lady driver. Not only is she a lady driver, she's driving a Dodge, and she won the points championship last year. Vanessa Hyman, 2003 Dodge 3500. Green light, green flag. Let's give her a hand, folks. A strong shot to start off the class tonight by Vanessa Hyman and the Uncommon Truck. You can see the reason she was the points champion last year. Distance for Vanessa Hyman, 349.82, 349.82. She is the best puller in the class, and she has elected to keep that run. She feels like it's stout enough to hold up to the rest of the guys shooting at her later on. I think she just might be right.
Well, we'll be waiting on Sonny Martinez. Mexican out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, this class has got Iowa, Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, New Mexico. Killer class of modified tractors. Actually, one of those Iowa tractors, might as well call it South Dakota. Son lives in Iowa, dad lives in South Dakota, and they're 5 miles apart. But this one comes out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. The odd story about this tractor, I've known Sonny for a long time, a really long time. He comes from the drag race world. This is the only machine you'll see tonight that has a foot throttle. Every other machine has a hand throttle. The old drag racer he likes the foot throttle. And it's his machine, it can be a foot throttle. Now, he runs the 3 Chevrolets in a pyramid, one left, one right, one straight forward. Sonny Martinez, Mexican. You could tell when he hit the brakes. You could tell when he hit the brakes. You hit the brakes, the front end goes down. That hurts you. 306.04. 306.04 is the distance. He goes into number 3 spot.
All right, on this side of the track, I hope you're ready to rumble because that's the name of the next truck driven by Buck Heineman. That's right. His wife laid down the first pass, set the mark to beat. Buck driving a 1997 Dodge out of Cleveland, Texas. hoping to take home the bragging rights tonight. Buck Hyman, spooling her up, ready to go. Green flag on the track. Ready to rumble. A solid shot by Buck Hyman. It's going to be awfully close. We'll go to our TTTPA track officials for the official distance. .85, 346 feet, 0.85 inches, 3 feet short of his wife. So right now, Vanessa Hyman and the Uncommon Truck stay in first place, and everybody's trying to come get her.
While we wait on our next rig, got to say thanks. Frosted Frog Coolers. That is one of our fine sponsors. They got tumblers. You know, everybody thinks there's a cooler brand out there that costs $9 million, and that's what you got to have to keep your ice cool and everything. Well, Frosted Frog's just as good and a lot cheaper. Tumblers, they are proven to be better and just as reliable as the Yetis, but considerably cheaper. They offer many different colors, including many different colors of camo and some really nice features. Everyone needs a Frosted Frog cooler or tumbler. Frosted Frog helps out a great deal.
Hey, Dave, have you got anything, you got a chance to take a bite of any of this good food around here tonight?
I had to be working when they opened up. I didn't, the concession stands. I've been looking at that one right over that barbecue deal. That looked pretty good.
Well, I've kind of slipped around and checked them all out. I might even sampled a little bit over at Circle S barbecue. Very, very good. But lots of good food, lots of good vendors here tonight came out for you guys. Be sure to give them your support and patronage.
Yeah, they had to jump through hoops to get legal to be here as well. Cap and T-shirt stands back here behind us. Ryan brings up a good stuff. All right. The reigning, for many years, was the reigning modified champion. This tractor, the driver's out of Iowa. The driver's out of Iowa. That's the son. Dad lives in South Dakota. Might as well say South Dakota. But the Armour family. Now Craig's doing the driving. Kurt's walking around in sweet paint. Now these Chevrolets are super tight, ladies and gentlemen. These Chevrolets are super tight. He held the championship for 3, 4, 5 years in a row with these Chevrolets. Super tough. Sweet sounding Chevrolets. The Hemis and the chassis design stepped up to the plate last year. Now this Chevrolet's got their hands. So we're going with the mods, I'm quite sure. They call it sweet pain. This boy can walk and talk. Chevrolet!
Obviously something wrong on this side of the track. Truck left the starting line, sled still displaying the red light, red flag still at this end. Not sure what's going on. We'll see what we hear from down at the starting line.
Craig was trying to run the sideline. Craig was trying to run the sideline. The Sweet Pain was trying to run the sideline and just it got away from him. Now we got the green light out on the diesel pickup.
All right, now we got a green light. We got a green flag. Let's give this another shot over here. Little confusion before. I'd seen the green light come on, green flag out, then things switched back to red. But if that red light's on that sled, you're not going to take it anywhere. Right now we got Dan Blanche, the farm truck out of Crowley, Texas. Another 6.7 Dodge Cummins. Truck's been pulling since 2009. Dan is the founder of Belair Clutch. Does lots of clutch work for not only his own trucks, but other competitors in the class. Still having a few problems at the starting line. But all good things come to those who wait, and now it's time. Dan Belair, the farm truck, Crowley, Texas. Once he got her going, it was a solid shot. My son saw this truck run last year and asked me if I could figure out a way where he could take it to prom. I told him I didn't have that kind of money, and neither did he. .15, 330.15, the distance for Dan Belair out of Crowley, Texas.
All right, we're going just pretty close to home, Lindsay, Texas. Doug Both. This tractor used to belong to Wayne Longnecker. This is a English Spitfire Rolls-Royce Griffin airplane motor. It is now called the Supermarine Spitfire. Doug Both has bought this tractor, learned how to work on the Rolls-Royce Griffin. His wife has to drive a Volkswagen to work, but he drives a Rolls-Royce to play with. Now, all of a sudden, everybody's loving that right side, and it's starting to give the boys. They're going to have to cross-track. Somebody's going to have to cross-track it. Galleon half cross-track. He held a good line, but he tore that side up for the guys, and now they're trying to figure out where to go. Well, that'll put him up there. He cross-tracked it just a little bit. Didn't have to fight the sideline. 302 and 73 at 28.8 mile an hour. That'll put him in the number 4 spot. That'll move him up in the number 4 spot with the Rolls-Royce Griffin.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one more person that stands between Vanessa Hyman and her first place finish. That is Matt Tash out of Dripping Springs, Texas. Truck goes by the name of Tested. When he's not pulling, he likes spending time watching his son play baseball, traveling with his wife, Lisa, and son, Tyler. This is a family deal. We've got a green light. We got a green flag. Looks like everything's ready. One more shot. Can Vanessa Hyman hold them off? Matt Tash and Tested. Another solid shot by Matt Tash. I tell you what, they look like they're going to go, 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 and all at once the rock climbs right on your back. $339.84, $339.84. Not good enough to take first place tonight. Here in just a second, I'll come back and we'll give you your final class standings and round things out. All right, our official class standings. In first place, the truck called Uncommon by Vanessa Hyman. Second place, Ready to Rumble, only 2 feet back. In third place, Tested. And in fourth place, the Farm Truck, a strong, solid group of trucks from front to back, the 2.6 diesel class.
Don Nelson with his second machine. Now, this machine is built a whole lot like the River Rat. The Hammies are walking and talking. The Hammies are walking and talking. Galleon was holding the lead. Galleon was holding the lead. Wayne Galleon was out there at 3:56 and 77. Justin Galleon was out there at 3:56 and 77. And that young man from Oklahoma, the Texas boy, gunning down the Oklahoma guy. Twisted whip from Texas. Don Nelson goes 371.84. 371.84 at 37.5 miles an hour. 37.5 miles an hour, Don Nelson. You bet. Texas people, give him a round of applause. But it ain't over with yet. We got one more to go. Texas sets number 1. Oklahoma sets number 2. And the guy from Iowa that's last year's points champion is coming back to gun at him. That's going to be all right.
All right, folks, it's time now for our Pro Mod class. We're going to bring some blown motors to this side. The Superchargers are now on this side of the track, east side of the arena, and there's not a tougher single blown class around from east to west in the country. Any one of these pullers capable of winning this class. A few quick facts: this class is limited to one single supercharger, no larger than 871 standard type blower. There's a 515 cubic inch limit on this class. Tractors must all run the same hitch height. And again, we're starting it off with last year's point champion. A super tough competitor, Keith Keller, the Alcoholic Oval. He's a custom harvester by day and a tractor puller by night. From Rio Medina, Texas, your last year's point champion, Keith Keller. A strong way to start off our class. Again, he is the test puller. That means that he and the sled operator have the choice to review the settings, see if they're happy with it. He can take the pull or reject it. We're awaiting our decision now. .311.56, 311.56, the distance for Keith Keller, Alcoholic Oval, and he will take that pass.
Now, folks, we're fixing to see a shootout right here. Galleon got shot down. The Oklahoma guy got shot down by the Texas guy. This is last year's points champion, Whitewright. Out there. He hit a set of ruts. We'll watch this one on the replay if we can. 322.90. 322.90. On the replay. Watch this replay about mid-track. You can tell exactly where he lost it. Right about there. Butterflies is coming open. And right there, he lost it. Lost all traction. When that front end come down, he lost all traction. 100%. That's what cost him. DeKalb Asgrow, DeKalb seeds are proven winners in the field with better yields and faster maturity. Contact your local rep to start planting more acres with DeKalb for more profitability. Up on the big screen, the rundown. Twisted whip with an awesome pass at 371.84. Lot of dirt, 356.77. River Rat, 322. It's Texas, Oklahoma, Iowa, Texas at 308. New Mexico at 306. Texas at 302. There's your leaderboard.
Do we have any Ford fans in the house tonight? I know there's some Ford fans. This is your guy right here. Our first puller was a Ford. This is another Ford. And then after that, it's all Chevy. So if you're a Ford fan, be rooting for Jason Glick in the Brutus tractor out of Dublin, Texas. Glick is the owner of Glick Towing and Recovery. Been pulling for a number of years on the Texas circuit, very competitive. He's ready to go, and he wants to be number one. Jason Glick and Brutus. I'll tell you what, that Ford runs tough. A super good looking tractor. I like the slick black. Very good people. With a distance of 315 feet, Jason Glick and Brutus have moved into first place. Your new class leader, Jason Glick and Brutus. Once again, I'd like to take a moment to thank our food vendors that came out tonight. If you've not hit any of them up, I know there's some on both sides of the track. You can get great barbecue, great hamburgers, hot dogs. I even saw a dish called pig nachos today. If you'll take a moment and look over here on the other side of the track, making a few changes, getting ready for a new class with the Outlaws. We've got a couple of pullers left in the back that are still capable of knocking off Jason Glick and going number one. While we have just a minute, I'd like to tell all of you, each one of these tractors is equipped with an automatic kill switch on the back. If at any point during the run, the sled operator thinks things are getting a little out of control, maybe a little hairy, he can mash a button and it will pull the kill switch on the tractor, stopping the motor. It will shut the ignition off. Now in our diesel classes, we don't kill the ignition. We pull a pin and we close the wastegate. We take the air away from the motor and the motor won't run. But in this class, all tractors have an automatic kill switch and they're checked prior to every single run. Like to thank some of our sponsors, Heavy Haul, Case IH, Southwest International Trucks. Folks, our sponsors, we couldn't do this without them. Their loyal patronage. So please, if you have an opportunity to support one of these vendors, please do so. Tell them you appreciate them supporting the sport of truck and tractor pulling.
With the success of the Case IH Steiger Quad Track,
Next up on the east side, running a tractor called the Bone Collector, a fellow by the name of Pete Riola. Now here's what's interesting. The guy driving this tractor, he just happens to build most of the motors for the guys in this class. Strong competitor, engine builder out of Stevensville, Texas. You want a performance motor, go see Pete at AMS Machine Shop. Pete Riola, the Bone Collector. Stevensville, Texas. You can hear that supercharged whine, a strong shot by Pete Riola and the Bone Collector.
All right, heads up over on the Pro Stock side. Heads up on the Pro Stock side. Clint Maddox, Bulletproof Buck, Nordine, Texas. You seen his young son out here earlier. 10,000 pros, folks. We got a killer class of big pros. He tried to run the right side. He tried to do like Don Nelson, run that right side. So, now he'll have the option, turn that pull down. He's the only guy that'll have the option.
The official distance
296.15. That tractor's better than that. Did the track give way? Did the tractor not run right? What are we going to do right there? He's got to make the decision. The sled man's got to make the decision. He turned it down. I figured he would. He turned it down. I definitely figured that he would. So Clint Maddox will be back. All right. So was he on a smooth or a bad spot on the track? A lot of things got to be decided right there, but he turned it down. That gives the sled an opportunity to do a lot of different things. Off-road belts, OFB. They can supply you with any belt to fit your lawnmower or any of all your combine needs. Whatever the belt it is, you can get it. They can stock your shop with belts or just send you one belt. They are there to serve your belt needs and can ship direct to you. Off-road belts.
If you notice, trackside, you see a lot of gentlemen out walking the track. We call that doing your homework. They're doing their homework. They're checking track conditions from one side to the other, prodding with a metal rod to see what parts of the track are harder, what part's softer, what part maybe has more moisture. Is there a slick spot? Every puller gets the right to place that sled anywhere they want, left to right. And these guys in the next class are out here doing their homework. Last but not least, Wayne Winnicky out of Toller, Texas. Wayne is kind of a jack of all trades. He used to own a steakhouse. He's the owner of an excavation company. I found out today he's part owner of a new towing company. This is a Tedder chassis, 515 cubic inch Chevy motor. Wayne loves family and he loves pulling and he loves it more when he can do both of them together. A good looking, tough running tractor out of Toller, Texas. I tell you what, as a former puller, you won't find a better puller in the pits. If you need to borrow something, you need a wrench, you need a tool. If you needed fuel, Wayne Winnicky's your guy. Great all-around competitor. Fortunate to have him here in Whitewright tonight. Slacks out of the chain, waiting for the green light on the rock sled. And we have it. Green light on the sled, green flag on the track. Wayne Winnicky, Toller, Texas, in Tinkerbell.
On the pro stock side, we got Dave York, Nursling and Deer, Rich Hill, Missouri. Whatever distance he goes, he's got to live with. $290 and 12.
All right, with our official class standings tonight in the Pro Mod class.
$290
in first place,
and
by 40
12.
takes the win. Jason Glick and Brutus, 315.55 feet. Coming in second, Keith Keller, the Alcoholic Oval. In third was Pete Raiola and the Bone Collector.
We're going to
followed up
restart
by
the class.
Wayne Winnicky and Tinkerbell.